Alright so guys, welcome back to another video. Back at it again down at Off the Beaten Trail. I know I haven't been down here in a while, but it's also because somebody was at Dan's and I've been wanting to vlog at Dan's for a little while now. So, well, since school's been back. Thought about coming down here the other day. I think it might have been yesterday. I could be wrong. To do a dive, but it's a good thing I didn't like a tadpole or something right there. You know, to do a dive, but clearly you can see on how low the water is. It's stupid low. Something right here too. I don't know if that's like a rudder or something. I don't know. So, yeah, you guys ain't gonna see me tomorrow because I gotta work that 12 to close. You know, I told the riding crew already that, you know, they ain't gonna be seeing me tomorrow or Saturday because I gotta close tomorrow and Saturday. You know, so obviously I'm not gonna go out for an hour to come back home. You know, the game, game for a half hour. Watch YouTube for a half hour. You know, have an hour in total to save videos and upload, and then download them to the Files app that I have on my phone to transfer them to the flash drive and try to do that all before work. It's not worth it. So, I'm not going to do anything tomorrow. So, I'll be seeing you guys on Saturday. The vlog crew for sure. Then Sunday, I'll get out and do a hood tour episode. Or Sunday. I'll get out and do a hood tour episode again, which will be episode 32. Which, speaking of which, the highest amount of parts to an episode for hood tours, for the, 3.5, almost, a little over 3.5 seasons, almost 4 seasons, because I do 50 episode seasons. Yesterday when I did episode 30, I did 11 parts. I had everything saved and off the camera to my phone and started uploading before I went by Grandma. And then I finished uploading and going when I was by Grandma. I finished uploading. So, Hood Tour Season 4 Episode 30 is my biggest part, episode part, or video part to date with the series since I've been doing it. So, which I probably won't ever plan on doing 11 part episode like that ever again. So, but you never know. Interesting shit may pop up. kind of want to go to that fucking abandoned campsite, but yeah, I'm not getting hurt. Because then I got to have mom and dad GPS fucking track me to get me out. So I'll just stay by the bike. So I had to work 9:45 to 4. Was going to try to get out of there about 3:30. But whatever. Duty called and Ryan had to count the drawer for the new chick and whatever, and so because I told Ryan I want to try to get out of here by like 3:30. Or no, Ryan said I'm going to try to get you out of here about 3:45, if that's okay with you. I said, yeah, that's fine, but then we ended up starting to get busy, and I ended up staying till 4, which whatever. I didn't need to wait for a drawer to be counted. So I didn't have a drawer to be counted, so that's a plus. Ryan just put both counter and drive-through drawers in his name. We just had to log each other out every time we needed to use a drawer, whatever drawer. So yeah. So I could just clock out and go. Because Ryan said, Cole, you can go when you want. I said, all right. I said, well, I got under a minute for these burgers because I made some fresh burgers for Whalen. There's a little bit of bacon left. I didn't feel comfortable making another sheet yet. So I just left it. And whatever, so I just said, all right, I'm out of here. I want to get home. I want to get shit done. Because I got a hood tour and a vlog to get, up and, shot up and, or shot ready and get that out. So, I'm actually lied to you. So that set of whips I'm still going to run. But because I had to order the, pull it off here so I can show you. So this piece right here I only had because the upper part that's sticking out right here was still on the blue bike. So I still had those lower parts, or I had to order all new things, and I had, because I just need the upper piece here that's in the red ring, and so I put them back on the last set of whips I ran. Because I only ran those at Bay Shore once, so I'm gonna run those. I think not next week, the weekend after. And then, so, you know, because we're talking about trying to go in October, and I told Autumn that we're talking about going. And she's like, well, just so you know, you may not be able to get it, you know, because we need you. I said, because she was ranting and raving about you not, possibly not going, you know, because there's, you know, I said because there's a good chance that the campground was going to be full. And I knew that. And she's like, yeah, you're ranting, pissing, moaning about that and whatever. I said, dude, I wanted that weekend off for in case if we could go. By the time that weekend came, or by the Thursday before that weekend came, by about 12:30, it was 12:20 to be exact, the Thursday before Labor Day weekend. By 12:20 that Thursday afternoon, the campground had 2 fucking sites left. It was site 47, which is right next to the goddamn camp host. And then, if you guys watch the riding channel, or if you do, go back a little bit. And if you guys see me go through the back loop, you see me come up on the back side of 62, go around 62, and then I hit 67, which is which is on the same side as the back bathroom. It's a site right before the back bathroom. So then you hit the bathroom, and then the site right after the back bathroom was the only other one open, and we didn't want those sites. Because those sites ain't worth shit. And Autumn's like, yeah, well, you had your chance. I said, I wanted to tell her, how in the fuck did I have my chance? I said, I ain't going to be able to go the whole weekend this month because, I am needed here, which is okay. Which is fine because I do like my money, but I also like spending my time with my family. They know I love spending time, they know I love camping. So, I don't know what to tell them. I wanted to tell them. And, well, then later she's like, because I was texting back, or I went on break at about 11:30. No, it was 11:33 to be exact when I went on break. And I had made my food and whatever. Went on break, ate, so I went and sit and enjoy my break a little bit. Ate. Just sat down and started eating, and all of a sudden, bing, phone goes off. Dad texts me. It's a group text between me, Mom, and Dad. It said, you guys, meaning me and Mom, need to sit down and talk and figure out when we want to go in October. Because I was literally just talking to Autumn about, about vacations, and she said, well, she said, I'm planning on taking mine about mid-October. I said, I'm planning to hopefully talking about going the second half of October. She's like, okay, I said, I don't care as long as I get my vacay first. I said, that's fine, because I texted Dad, because I texted back, I said, I'm thinking, within the second half of October, at the end of the season. And whatever. And she's like, we'll ask your boss when she's going to be, I said, because I told him, it'd have to be, I want to go within the second half of the week of October, being that Autumn's going to be taking her vacay. He's like, okay, well, you know, because I told him that Autumn wants me taking her vacay in October. I'm just not exactly sure when. He's like, well, ask her when. So I went and asked, whatever. And I said, Autumn, you know, I was like, Autumn. She's like, yeah. And I was like, do you know exactly when you're going to be taking her? Because she's going to be gone for like a week, I think. And she's like, no, not really. Why? I said, because my dad asked when you're doing it, because I told him I'm wanting to take it within the second half of the, you know, before the season's done, the second half of October. So, but anyway, guys, but I don't know. So, but anyway, guys, I'm pushing 16 minutes. So I'll see you guys in the next video.